What is up, guys? Kevin from the KO podcast. Today here we have Octavio Sequera. Octavio, we have a lot to talk about, my man. How are you?
Good, man. How's it going?
It's good over here in Miami. We have a lot to talk about. NBA Free Agency, MLB Free Agency, MLB World Series, and a lot more right after this. Once again, my name is Kevin Barral here today with Octavio Sequera. We're going to start with the first topic, which is the MLB World Series. The Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2. What can you tell me about this World Series?
I loved it. I love it since game one. I thought that we saw great pitching, especially from Clayton Kershaw. And I'm so happy for Clayton Kershaw. Honestly, I mean,
me too. Yeah,
the GOAT has his reign. Finally, it was long overdue for him. And I mean, you can say a lot about the struggles in the postseason, but hey, guess what? When you check who is the king of kings when it comes to strikeouts in the postseason, that's Clayton Kershaw. So
yeah,
I'm so happy for him that he got his reign. I'm happy for the Dodgers, especially because after 32 years, I think they're well deserved. And I don't know, despite all the controversy with the season and playing in the bubble, which I think it was good. I think Major League Baseball did a heck of a job or organizing that, and also a heck of a job of finishing the season. It was tough. It was tough because they had to travel so many cities, so many logistics that needed to be covered, and they did. It wasn't a bubble from the beginning. They went to 30 different cities, and that was something they had to show. Well, they beat the struggles in the case of the Miami Marlins with the COVID-19 and also the St. Louis Cardinals. Both of those teams went to the playoffs, and that's fantastic. That's a heck of a season. But in the World Series specifically, I think it was a very good World Series. Would I wanted to see a 7-game? Of course, I would love to see a Game 7.
There are reasons for that. Let's be honest.
And of course, thank you, Kevin Cash, for ruining the game. Especially,
that's what I was trying to indicate there. The tablet didn't work for him. The iPad.
No, the iPad didn't work. The iPad didn't work, and I'm so happy to have Tony La Russa back. Listen, it's not about being an old school and staying the old school. No, it's not about that. It's about keeping the balance, and this just shows you that it cannot be 100% analytics and it cannot be 100% old school. There has to be a balance. I'm glad that happened so many people could see, because it wasn't only the Game 7 for the Rays, it was Game 2 or even the series for the Yankees, because in Game 2 of the series between the Yankees and the Rays, Aaron Boone went to the iPad and he's tried to remember when he put David Garcia as an opener, and then he brought J-Happ, which by the way now is a free agent, as a reliever. The guy was lost. He didn't know what to do. He wasn't expected that. So basically, he's just started to play chess. And I love what A-Rod said. You're not a chess player. You want to play baseball, and baseball is imperfect. Baseball can never be perfect, and that's the reason why we love it so much. And man, I'm so happy. I'm happy. I'm sorry for the Rays fan, but I'm happy that happened so people can see that, hey, the baseball has to be played the way it was supposed to be played, with a lot of bunts, a lot of base running, fundamentals, and especially human element. The human element has to be present all the time. The instinct, the vision, the anticipation, the mistakes, everything that the game is not just about stats. And that's what happens sometimes. I mean, you have to realize that whatever brought you there is not what is going to get you through it, because you know what is different. It's the World Series. It's 7 games. At least we want to make it to the Game 7. So that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, it was different. I think Kevin Cash, the pressure of being in the World Series might be, I think it was too much for him maybe. And maybe that's the reason why he panicked. I'm sure they're going to learn from this. And I'm sure that we're going to see the Tampa Bay Rays again in the postseason, and maybe again in the World Series, because that team is really good. Although Mike Zunino and Charlie Morton are they're already free agents. We'll see, because they can produce talent, and not only that, they can nurture it. And what I say is, like, whatever baseball player who goes there, it finds a better version of themselves. I don't know. It's something that is with the organization, maybe something with the club, maybe something with the manager. Maybe I mean credit to Kevin Cash for I don't know performing a great season, even though when he didn't have the big names, but they found the right way to play the game. So and that was good.
Yeah, I mean, we can't forget about the name of Randy Rosarena. That
Of course.
he blew up this postseason, not just
Yeah.
the World Series. And yeah, there were some questionable calls. I mean, not questionable. It was known that Kevin Cash should not have taken out Blake Snell in that game.
Of course.
Kershaw played really good.
Yeah, Kershaw was
Um,
fantastic.
And honestly, if we look at it, the World Series MVP for the Dodgers should have been Kevin Cash, but Corey Seager did have a good World Series too.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Kevin Cash, the iPad, or Corey Seager. Well, Corey Seager was the option, of course. But
Yeah.
if they would have given the World Series MVP to Kevin Cash or the iPad, I would have been happy because I think it was fair.
Yeah. And we also look at the pitching rotation with the Rays and the Dodgers. They're really good, and it was really good games overall. I think this was a good World Series. Now, of course, the call. I think if Blake Snell had stayed, this game we would have been in a Game 7 situation, and possibly the Rays even winning.
And think about this for a second. Clayton Kershaw was on the bullpen when they celebrated the title. I mean, what was that? Was he planning to come on the ninth, an extra inning maybe? We don't know. But I'm sure that he would have pitched in Game 7. I'm sure. Not open, not me. It was Walker Buehler all the way. But maybe as a relief appearance, he would have done that. Who knows? He might even save the game because remember, Kenley Jansen struggled too. So the Dodgers needed a closer. Maybe Clay Kershaw could have saved Game 7. Who knows? Who knows? The only thing that I didn't like about the World Series was the fact that we didn't see 7 games. That's the only thing I didn't like about the World Series because I think it was a very good baseball. I think it was the two best teams were there. And definitely, I love to see bunting and base stealing. The Margot trying to steal the home plate. That was okay. Maybe it was a rookie mistake, but you know what? It was exciting and it was different. And so be it. I don't know. So be it.
Yeah, and to finish off, what do you think about the Justin Turner situation? He was positive and he just went out there. I mean, honestly, go out there, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, you and I are in the minority here because people are panicking, people are overreacting, and honestly, I just find it. I'm sorry with the word I'm going to use, but I just think it's nonsense. That's not the word I wanted to use, but I think it's nonsense. I think it's nonsense. Listen, you're telling me. By the way, it was reported like 12 hours after they won the championship.
Yeah.
It was reported that the whole team traveled back. Justin Turner and his wife were not in the plane, but it was reported that they tested negative. I'm sorry, negative. All the players negative. At the next day, none positive cases inside the Dodgers. So that's one. Now, let's just think in the worst case scenario. Let's just say that you have 4 to 5 positive cases in the Dodgers. You're telling me that those positives would have come from the 40 minutes that Justin Turner spent on the field celebrating and not for the 2 weeks they spent together in the bubble? Come on, man. Come on. You can't just tell me that. And of course, I hear people saying, well, he didn't thought about his manager, the family. Listen, they were in the bubble for more than 2 weeks. They were there. They were in the same hotel. They were living together practically. Yeah. So if they weren't positive then, you're telling me that now he's going to spread the virus in 40 minutes? Come on, man. Come on. I mean, I think it's overreacting. I love to see. I was happy to see Justin Turner there. And you know what I would do if I'm Justin Turner? Because he's what, 35, 36 or something? You know what I would do? I will retire. If MLB wants to suspend me, you know what? Hey, I'm retiring now. And I would do. You know what? I retire. I retire. Honestly, at the peak of my career, I retire. Listen, see you, MLB. I want what I want. And that's it. I got what I want. That's it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was his choice to go out there too. And I mean, if you won a World Series, I'm pretty sure you want to celebrate with your teammates.
And that tells you something about the 2019 when Altuve didn't want to celebrate by breaking off his shirt. Well, This is what you do when you win, Altuve. This is what you do. You don't care about anything else. You want to celebrate and you celebrate. That's what you do.
Yeah. And now we're going to move on to our next topic, which is MLB Free Agency. The first is, what teams do you think need to make a move this free agency?
Yankees for sure, and I'm not just saying this because
That was my first team.
Yeah, I'm not biased against with the Yankees. Of course not. I think the baseball has shown the Yankees that they have to go back to their identity, which is basically buy the championship. Everybody says it at the end that the Yankees buy championships. Well, okay, you know what? Buy one. Get all the players you can, because
they have the money.
And it's been 11 years without buying a championship. It's been 11 years. You tried the farm. You tried play with rookies. You tried the sabermetrics or analytics. You tried that. It didn't work. It hasn't worked. So go back. Go back to 2009 and spend $400 million, and that's it. Make it, because you know what? Otherwise, you're not going to make it again. You need a number 2, a.k.a. Trevor Bauer. You need a catcher, a.k.a. JT Realmuto. And guess what? If the boss, George Steinbrenner, Mr. George Steinbrenner, would have been here, those players would be now signed already.
Yeah.
Already would be now signed with the Yankees, because that's what they were. And they have to go back to that. Other teams that I want, and I also think they should make a big move, the Angels, because there's no way that the best player in baseball, again, outside the postseason. And the next year, again, outside the postseason. Yeah. We need Mike Trout in the freaking playoffs. We need him there. We only have seen Mike Trout in the playoffs once, 2013 or 14. And he did horrible. I think it was one hit. So that cannot happen. I mean, I want to see Mike Trout in the playoffs. I want to see the Angels in the playoffs. I think they have to make a move. They have
a good team. They're not bad by any means.
And by the way, if Mike Hill goes there, I'll be extremely happy for Mike Hill and for the Angels as well. The Marlins should make a move. You know why? Because actually, I love what the Marlins did with Starling Marte. I think that was necessary. I think that's amazing that they keep Starling Marte there. Yeah. But I think they need a face. They don't have a face. They need one. Honestly, I think the best player in that lineup is Brian Anderson. I think he's amazing, a great baseball player. But you need someone like Aguilar, like with the personality of Aguilar, you know, that character, but who can back it up with better numbers. I'm not saying that the Aguilar is a bad player. No.
He had a pretty good year.
Yeah. And he was the MVP of the team. Yeah. But you need a guy who's in the next level with the same type of personality. And I think it's gonna be that would be great. That'd be amazing for them. If George Springer is a perfect fit for the Marlins.
Yeah.
Perfect fit for the Marlins. And it's the type of player that you can build on. And it's the type of player that Derek Jeter loves. So that will be my guess. I mean, and let's face it, George Springer, he loves Miami. He loves the Latino culture. Why not try? You've been saving a lot of money, Mr. Jeter. Come on. You can do that move. Try at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have the Yankees, of course. And then I have the Twins. This is a team who has choked in the playoffs. There's no other way to say it. We saw it against the Houston Astros. This team is a really good regular season team, but their Achilles heel is the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if you sign probably a couple of hitters, maybe some pitching, this team has a shot. I also have the Indians, which almost beat the Yankees, let's be honest. There are that second game, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Reds, which should bring back Trevor Bauer if they have the money, if they spend the money, of course. Yeah. And finally, the Braves. This team has to get over the hump with the Dodgers.
Well, listen, you mentioned the Indians. I would do this if I was the Marlins. I would trade those 2 or 3 prospects that everybody wants, that Jeter doesn't want to let go, and I would trade them for Lindor. Only with this condition: if Lindor agrees to an extension.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You can't. This is not basketball. Like you can talk to him because I mean, of course, it's tampering. I mean, I'm not promoting that. What I'm trying to say is that you have to be sure that Lindor is going to accept that and stay there, which I think honestly they can convince him. You have Derek Jeter. You have a talented team, and if you get that's the reason why I mentioned Springer, because if you have Springer, you will convince other stars to come to Miami, and they will love that. They will imagine for a second Springer and Lindor in Miami. God, you kidding me? That division? Come on, bro. With Sixto Sanchez pitching the way he pitched, come
Oh
on.
yeah.
It'll be amazing. To me, it'll be amazing. I know I'm probably in fantasy land, but those are moves that you could think. You could think because and the Indians, believe me, they will do it. They want the best. I mean, the best possible prospects. They want that for Lindor and Marlins. The Marlins have that. They have the pieces.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and especially since they have so many outfielders, we're looking at that.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Trade
true.
a couple of them. Trade a couple of them. It doesn't
Yeah,
have to
that's
be
true.
the top
That's
ones.
true. That's true. And if you want to sacrifice, I don't know, maybe Diaz, Isan Diaz. Okay, well,
Oh, I
try,
would trade him. Why not?
try. Yeah, try. Yeah, you're like me. I was with like when a couple of years ago when they talked to me about trading Glaber for Lindor. I was like, of course, yeah, why not? But well,
It's Lindor, for the love of God. He's
yeah,
one of the
that's
best shortstops in the league.
yeah, probably, and I think it would be great for Lindor, a new team. I think it would be great for Springer, a new team, new beginning. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I have the Marlins. I believe the Marlins. Now's the time because enough with the well, nobody expected us to be there. Nobody enough with that. Yeah, enough with the narrative. Like, oh,
Yeah.
come on, no. Okay, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you next year. You made the playoffs. Now
There's
you have
to
to make
make it again.
exactly, and you have to embrace that new role. You have to play like that. You're a playoff team now, Marlins. You're not the Cinderella. You're not anymore, and you proved everyone wrong, myself included, that you can play that division. You can beat the Mets. You own the Phillies because let's face it, the Marlins own the Phillies.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's 2 out of 3 teams. You can fight against the Braves and the Nationals. You can do that. You can do that.
Yeah. And now I want to talk about a little bit about Trevor Bauer. What are some of the teams you think could go for Trevor Bauer?
Well, according to Trevor Bauer himself, could be the Yankees, the Angels. I heard, and this is very recent. I apologize because I was on the phone because this is this time of the year. Apparently, the Giants are going to make an offer on Trevor Bauer, which they have the money too.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know because usually when you're the first team, unless you have like maybe you've talked to the player, and when it's a big name like this one, right?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't necessarily it's automatic. Like what I'm trying to say is like, for example, last year, or well, not last year, or the year before, when Manny Machado was a free agent, everyone assumed that he would go to the Yankees. Turns out that it was it was like 2 hours maybe the meeting, and nothing happened. And the Yankees were the first team linked with Manny Machado. So now being the first team when it comes
Not
to
the best.
it's not the best, especially when it comes to a big name. Like I said, unless there's like some sort of talks and some sort of like I don't know desire or maybe I don't know. I have no idea. I don't see that happening, honestly.
Yeah, and if he does go there, I mean, this is a really good team. I mean, not a really good team, but
no,
it
they
was
can
a team
fight.
who was in the playoffs. I mean, they were in
they
this
can fight.
moment, and then at the last second, they fell off.
Yeah, they can fight.
Yeah, I actually have 4 teams: the Reds, the Yankees, the Tampa Bay Rays if they lose out on Charlie Morton, which I don't expect to happen, and the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, definitely Angels. Yeah, out of those teams, I would say Angels first, Yankees second.
Yeah. Who do you think gets DJ LeMahieu?
You should stay with the Yankees. The reason why I'm saying this is because he was their best player. Obviously, he was the MVP. He won the batting championship. And the other thing is, if you're going to move Gleyber Torres back to second base and you're going to bring Didi Gregorius back to the Bronx, you know you already have that lineup. You already have it. DJ can play third. DJ can play first. DJ can play other 3 positions in the same infield. So basically, with DJ LeMahieu, you cover 3 positions, and of course, you have the best hitter in the lineup. So it'll be naive not to think that DJ LeMahieu should be number 1 priority for the Yankees right now.
You said Didi back to the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
They will trade for him or sign him.
No. He's a free agent. Remember that? He signed for 1 year.
Deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot then. Yeah. I have the Yankees, Twins, and Rays for this one because the Rays is just a team who could spend money. I think they have a lot of money, don't they?
They should, but the thing is that they're not going to spend.
Yeah.
Especially now with the plans of the new stadium in actual Tampa, like in the city of Tampa.
Yeah.
That should be. I mean, it's interesting. I don't see the Rays spending a lot of money. Who knows? Maybe they spend a lot in 1 player, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. DJ LeMahieu can go to the Rays, but I don't see that happening. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to move on to the NBA free agency. What teams are expecting to make a lot of moves in this NBA free agency?
Honestly, on this free agency, I don't see that happening. It's very unlikely because the reason why I'm saying is, um, first of all, they have to solve the situation with the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
The start of the season. Some of them are saying Christmas Day. The other they are saying mid-January. They're saying that you can start the season in Christmas Day, but many of the stars players are not going to be there, so they're going to they're just going to pass on that and come back in mid-January. So there's a lot of issues there. Now, talking just free agents, I'll be surprised to see if the Golden State Warriors don't make a move. I'll be surprised, and the reason why I'm
Yeah, me
saying
too.
it because they're always like under the rug. They always are hidden between the big names, and they want the championship back. They want to be back, and they're going to. They're going to
Oh,
play.
for sure. That team's really good. I mean, let's not forget.
No. They're going to be the 2016 Warriors or the 2015 whatsoever, which they won a championship with the same team without Kevin Durant. And I think they want to beat Kevin Durant's Nets in the finals. I mean, I think that's some of the storylines they're chasing. It'll be amazing. Imagine that. Imagine
Yeah.
that NBA finals for a second. The Brooklyn Nets against the Warriors. I mean, I can tell you, Draymond Green will be extremely motivated for that. So I will say that I'm not so sure about the Miami Heat. The reason why is because I think, and I'm very optimistic about it, they save him for Giannis.
Yeah.
And Giannis is not going to be a free agent now, unless he asks for a trade. I don't know. Maybe.
He said he wouldn't. I mean, that's what we're hearing at most.
No. And I can confirm that. But the thing is, like, I don't know. I think he wouldn't ask for a trade, but when you're a free agent, you're a free agent. And maybe he could use this season just to prove the team that, hey, we need to win now. Because now KD's back, Kyrie's back, and the Nets are back in town. So, like, well, they're never back.
That seems really that seems really good.
Yeah,
not that team we saw in the playoffs last year. It's
no.
That could possibly take over the East, and it's going to be a challenge for the Miami Heat. And I'm just saying the Heat because they won the East and stuff.
No. They're the defending champions of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
so, I agree with you. But what are your teams that you think are going to make a move?
All right, I had the Miami Heat first, just because of the cap that they have, and it comes to this to me. The first thing they have to do is try to re-sign Goran Dragic. He was.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, he was great in the playoffs.
No, don't get me wrong, but I think it's like, do you think Pat Riley would do that like as a first priority?
Not first priority. I mean, to me, they have to find a center to guard to go against Anthony Davis. And I'm not saying Bam can't do that, but he was injured during the final. Yeah, and it might happen again. We don't know. We never know. But to me, they have to sign Goran Dragic and bring back Jay Crowder, who was not supposed to be the main piece in this Andre Iguodala trade, but it turned out to be that he really was. He was spectacular. And besides that, find a center or draft one. You draft a young center. There have been some guys in the draft that this isn't a heavy center draft.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a guy maybe like Vernon Carey, who's from, I think, Duke.
Yeah.
Isaiah Stewart, who's another good player. And if you really want to go all in on this center, go try to trade with the Golden State Warriors and get yourself that second overall pick to draft James Wiseman.
Yeah, well, if we're actually talking about free agents, how about Anthony Davis, right?
I mean, he's going back to the Lakers, I'm pretty sure. He's going to re-sign. He's opting not to re-sign.
I mean, he has to. I mean, but listen, I got a couple names that I would love to see in Miami. One of them is DeMar DeRozan. I think he will be a great addition for the team, especially because they need shooters. Yeah. And the other one, you might don't like it, but I think, hey, Brandon Ingram can play in Miami.
Although, I love that young player.
Yeah, and he's restricted. I mean, he's restricted free agent, but still,
it would get matched if anything.
Yeah. What about Fred VanVleet?
I mean, it depends. It depends what teams go after him. It depends what Toronto wants to do in the future, because this is a team Toronto's a good team. I mean, even though without Kawhi, they almost beat the Celtics in a Game 7. And I think if they would have moved on to go against the Heat, they most likely would have beat out the Heat in those Eastern Conference Finals. But I mean, a team that I've been thinking maybe Detroit, which is a team that needs a point guard. But if I'm VanVleet, I'm trying to stay with Toronto, where he actually has has something going for him there. And Kyle Lowry is getting old. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
it's intriguing. It's intriguing because you have also to think into consideration that Gordon Hayward might be a free agent too. That he has an option. He's a player option.
yeah,
So, and what happened with the Celtics? I mean, everybody's saying that the Celtics are playing better without him. That now is Jason Tatum's team. The
maybe.
Browns, or maybe, well, Marcus Smart will always be the heart and soul of the Celtics, of this new Celtics, of course.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of things that can going on there. And yeah, I would love to see Ingram in Miami, definitely, and DeRozan, those two players over. And then if not, okay, Dragic. But I would love to see those two first in
yeah.
Miami.
I mean, we saw DeRozan. There were trade rumors during that trade
Mhm.
deadline for DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge, which I wouldn't like too much of LaMarcus Aldridge on the
Sure.
Heat. Even though he's a good player, and Pat Riley wanted him at
Yeah,
one point.
yeah,
But no, I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge at this point in his career, I would want him in Miami.
that's true. That's true. And
Yeah,
let's not forget that one of the things I forgot to mention when I was talking about the Warriors, Bradley Beal is probably going to be a Warriors with the Warriors next year because that's
yeah.
what they were speculating about making a
But
trade for Bradley
but
Beal.
what would the Warriors give up? What would the Warriors give up in
That's
this
the
case?
thing. That's the thing. It will depend. It will depend what the Wizards
And that's
want.
what because I made a couple slides here about the
Mhm.
Golden State Warriors and what they have to do in this free agency.
Okay,
And I'm
you
gonna
have
put
it
it
there.
right here.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. I put draft James Wiseman and revamp the bench because their bench isn't, nothing
What's
crazy.
what's the Warriors pick?
Second.
Oh yeah, they're second. They didn't trade for that.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I thought they trade for that. Okay. Yeah, definitely Wiseman. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely Wiseman. For
If you
sure.
bring in Wiseman, you get a clear-cut center for probably
Yeah,
10 or
true.
15 years if he
That's
plays
true.
really good.
But wait a minute, they play small. That's the difference. So
Yeah.
he will have to shoot the ball, and I'm sure Steve Kerr will teach
Oh,
him
yeah.
for sure. But yeah, you have to because when they won the championship without Kevin Durant, you remember Andrew Bogut?
Yeah.
Andrew Bogut was the center of that team, but he could shoot the ball. I remember him shooting even threes.
Yeah.
And then was Maurice Speaks, but that was when they lost. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was. But even
Maurice
though,
Space, yeah.
yeah, space. Yeah, but even they lost the finals, but they won 73 games
Oh, yeah.
without Kevin Durant. And they all, yeah. Now that I think about, Wiseman will be a great addition because you need a tall guy at the end of the day. It's basketball, so
Yeah. And we also look, maybe Van Vliet could be a good option for this team if you really want a backup point guard.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm pretty sure they have a guy, Kai Bowman,
Kai
who
Bowman.
wasn't bad at all when
No,
Curry was injured.
yeah.
But I don't think it would be like a long-term
Mhm,
solution for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my other teams are the Grizzlies, Hawks, Knicks, and Hornets. The Hornets, I think, should try to trade up to get James Wiseman because
Mhm.
Tyler Zeller isn't the option for them.
Mhm.
He won't be long-term. The
Mhm.
Grizzlies, you need support for John Morant.
But that's the thing. John Moran apparently is getting this reputation and nobody wants to play with him. And that's bad for the rookie. It's really bad for the rookie. I hope that reputation will not be with him for many years because if you're a rookie, that's the last thing you want.
I mean, it was with Jimmy Butler, and now look, everyone. I mean, I think it's a good example. Jimmy Butler, everyone, the Timberwolves situation, the Sixers situation. Now he's in Miami. He went to the finals.
Yeah.
And if Bam and Dragic were injured, I think they could have taken this to a Game 7 and possibly won it. Yeah. And then I say the Hawks because this is a team who should have been in a playoff race. They were I think they're one of the worst teams in the league last year.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, this was not a bad team. I mean, John Collins, Trae Young, Kevin Porter has been pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you have those two guys that you drafted, Hunter and I forgot the other one. But I mean, this team, and you brought in Clint Capella, which is going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the Knicks, it's the Knicks. They have the money. They have the
I'm a fan.
It's a joke. They're a joke.
We're a joke. I mean, no. There's no way to talk about the Knicks. I mean, it'll be a waste of time. I can just tell you the Knicks. As long as James Dolan will be there will be nothing good for the Knicks. Ever.
Yeah. What teams do you think should lay low during the free agency period?
Well, none. None.
I actually had a couple. I had the Lakers and Clippers. The Lakers just because they won the championship, and if I'm honest, they should just go back for Rondo and kind of.
No. But you have to make sure that Anthony Davis signs, so that will be not laying off. So you gotta. I mean, it's not for sure. It's very likely that he'll stay, but it's not for sure. I mean, let's just see the signature in the contract. Like, okay, I'm here. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now you can lay off. I'm like, okay, perfect. Lay low. But,
yeah, and I also said the Clippers just because they blew the 3-1 lead. Let's be honest. But And you have to bring back Montrezl Harrell if you want to actually contend this year again. Even though they have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, let's not forget. And I had the Clippers, and I put for my slides that the Clippers should explore trades for Paul George maybe.
I'm sorry. I heard about that because they need more shooters, but they need also defense. But Paul George is a heck of a defender too. So
yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't trade. I will give them at least 2 more years. Let's see.
Yeah.
Although we cannot sleep on the fact that the Denver Nuggets are there and they're for real.
Oh yeah.
So it's a battle of 3 right now.
The Denver Nuggets.
You have to think about the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, this is what I put for the Nuggets. Find a center to pair with Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
And the options I put were Whiteside and Gasol, even though those might not even be the best options.
Okay, I like Gasol. I don't know about Whiteside though, but yeah, Gasol I think is he's very responsible with the ball and he can actually adapt. We saw what he did with Toronto. So
and Brook Lopez too. This wouldn't be even a bad option for the Nuggets either. All right, now we're gonna move on to which NBA free agents are you most intrigued to see what they do.
Well, I will go with DeRozan, Van Vliet. Well, DeRozan is a player option, so hold on, let me take that back. Yeah, like unrestricted free agents. Well, Harrell, Montrezl Harrell, Fred Van Vliet, and I'm not saying Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is
he's going back to the Lakers.
Yeah. Gordon Hayward. It's a player option as well, but I think Gordon Hayward, it's really, really intriguing. Really intriguing.
Yeah, for sure. The Pacers are interested. That came out, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's not even a bad fit for Hayward. I mean, it would be good. He would get a lot of, and maybe it would convince Oladipo to stay, which I doubt he will. But I mean, it might be a convincing statement there. I have Dragic, Millsap, and Gallinari. Okay,
Gallinari is also on my list. I would say I would add Gallinari too. People forget that guy can shoot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good player. I mean, at the time, you would know why they traded Gallinari to the what was the team? The Thunder.
Yeah, the Thunder.
But yeah, now you look at it. I mean, might have been better for the trade. Might have been better for the Thunder. They got to the playoffs and everything.
That's true. Right.
That's
true. Oh, what about Andrew Drummond?
I mean, he has a player option. It would depend what happens.
Yeah, but you mentioned Detroit. If Detroit doesn't make a move, he might request for a trade, and that's the thing. This is the NBA.
He's in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's what I'm saying. That's what. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So with Cleveland not making any moves, he might request for a trade. I don't know why I said Detroit. Detroit is Van Vliet, and
I mean,
there.
Maybe Cleveland wouldn't even want to trade him because Cleveland traded pretty much nothing for him. They traded Brandon Knight and another player.
Yeah, Brandon Knight was injured, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably get nothing for Drummond, and especially now that Drummond doesn't fit with today's NBA unless he learns how to shoot the 3-pointer.
He has to learn how to shoot the 3-pointer. So yeah, Eric Gordon, another name. I don't know what's going to happen with the Rockets now, but Eric Gordon is there too. So let's see.
All right, we're going to go into a quick break, and we will be right back. All right, guys, welcome to the KO Podcast break session, where I will give you a set of instructions and you have to do them. First, I want you to zoom out of the video, tap that subscribe button, the like button, and there is a share button where you will copy the link and share it on your social medias and send it to all your friends. Now, I also want you to go follow Octavio Sequera on all of his social medias, which have been on the screen this whole time, if you haven't noticed. Also, remember to follow me on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, guys. All right, now we're back here, and we're going to start talking NBA draft. I actually have a mock draft, which I'm going to show. Let's go up here and...
All right.
I actually made a video about this, but I want to see your initial reaction. We're going to go to the first page. We start with Obi Toppin at number 1, James Wiseman, Okongwu, Edwards, Okoro, Achiuwa, LaMelo Ball, and Deni Avdija.
Nice. Okay. So you have LaMelo Ball as a all right, for Charlotte?
No, to LaMelo Ball to the Pistons.
To the Pistons. Oh yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just for some reason couldn't see that. Okay, yeah. So Toppin, Wiseman, okay.
All right.
Edwards. I will. Hey, wait a minute. James Wiseman. So I don't see I don't see Williams. You don't think Patrick Williams could be there? Or
Oh,
maybe.
he's coming right up. Let's go to
Ah,
the second page.
okay. Whoa, okay. Patrick Williams is a pretty good player. Okay, and he's a great shooter. He can play two positions.
Yeah. Now we have I think
Sorry,
this is eighth
Seminoles all the time.
Yeah. Then we have these other players right here. We have
All right.
Halliburton, Anthony, Patrick Williams,
Yeah.
Josh Green, Maxi, Stewart, Stanley, and Killian Hayes.
I love Patrick Williams for the San Antonio Spurs. I love that. You nailed that one. Oh my God, he's a perfect fit for that. Halliburton, I thought he was injured, but yeah, I mean Washington could be a good fit for him.
John Wall's injury prone, so
yeah, Killian Hayes, for the Blazers. I'm not so sure about Stewart for the Celtics. Maybe.
I mean, they haven't had a consistent center. This is why I'm saying Stewart, because it's been Tice, and you also have Canner, who maybe won't come back.
Ooh, okay, I'll take it. But my first option for Stewart will be Orlando. I think Orlando needs a big man.
Okay, we're gonna go to our next page right here.
All right. Theo Maldon. Oh, Maldon, yeah. Oh, he's recovered from an injury too, so he's perfect fit right now. Okay. R.J. Hampton, Daniel Tura. Okay, I will go. I leave it as it is, with one exception: Trey Jones to Denver and Aaron Nesmith to the Bucks.
Okay, we're gonna go to our final page here.
I can't believe it. When this whole thing started, the Cassius Winston was supposed to be top 10. I don't know what happened. Yeah, the first prediction was that he was going to be a top 10. But anyways, that's stuff.
Yeah, and I put Cassius Winston here because the Chris Paul trade rumors.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it. I didn't see Vernon Carey though. Where is he?
I put him on the Heat. It's page 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped it. Oh, there you go. Vernon Carey Jr. Okay, yeah, good.
All right, now we're going to take off that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And I want to talk about the Golden State Warriors here because they have the second pick, as we know. What do you think they should do? Trade it or keep it?
Trade it. It for sure. Trade it. You want to win now, you're gonna have to trade it. Although, you have to be careful because they play small ball. So if it's a Bradley Beal available, John Wall available, you don't know. I mean. And they can pay whatever's left on the John Wall contract, and they know what to expect. Even though he's a point guard, you need a shooting guard in this case, or a small forward. Go to the market. Hey, you know what? Talk to the Rockets. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, talk to Milwaukee. Talk to Dallas. Hey, I'm not so sure.
Milwaukee would really want to use that pick.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, but at the end of the day, what would Milwaukee give up? It's what the other team would give up because Milwaukee doesn't have many assets to give up.
That's true. That's also true. I take that back.
At most Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't think any team wants Bledsoe after what we saw in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the thing. But he's a dog, man. He's a war dog. He could play. He's very tough. However, but like I say, you have to try. Especially because you know that the Warriors are going to be in the mix, and any players should be interested about that. And also because given a number 2 pick in the NBA draft, which by the way, the projections are very limited right now.
Yeah.
But the next year, you have this what's his name? Oh my God, I think it's Jalen Green. That kid.
Jalen Green, yeah.
Yeah, I think that kid is really good. He could be a number 1 pick. And you have this kid, Cade Cunningham.
Oh yeah,
amazing from Oklahoma State. Which,
by the way, now that I look at it, it might be a better fit for Oklahoma if they tank that year and they go for Cunningham because hometown too.
Hometown, yeah. And let's not forget the name, man. In 2021, Cyrus Williams, man. But the thing is that the Knicks have been looking at these kids for like so long that I'm so sure I'm sure that they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it because it's a Knicks. Jalen Johnson is another name that comes to my mind. We'll have to see. But at this time, if I'm the Warriors, I'm trading. I'm trading for that pick.
Oh yeah. Who do you think should be the number 1 overall pick?
I'm an old school. I'm going with Wiseman.
Ooh, Wiseman. But to the Timberwolves, when they have Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, at most I would think Cat goes to the power forward and when Wiseman goes to the center.
That's one, and also because we saw Carl Anthony Towns playing as a power forward. So
Yeah, that's why.
we've seen that. And you can have two big names there or two big guys there. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm sticking with Wiseman because I think the versatility that they have in that team could allow Wiseman to play right away for Timberwolves, and also because, like I said, young team with a leader in Karl Anthony Towns,
Mhm.
definitely that could work.
Yeah. I mean, I said Obi Toppin, and then I said Oneko Kongu, which is a player that really reminds me of Bam Adebayo.
What about Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards is a really good player. I mean, he's a supposed consensus number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
But
the shooting guard.
he's a shooting guard, really good player. I mean, a lot of Milwaukee would want him. I mean,
Mm.
if they make that trade for with Golden State,
Mm.
or any team really wants Wiseman. I don't
Mm.
see the Heat wanting Wiseman since they have Tyler Hero for that future, Duncan
Mm.
Robinson. Yeah, I don't see that. But Detroit could be another good team, even though you have Luke Kennard, depending what they do. The Knicks, if RJ Barrett doesn't work out.
What team do you have? Killian Hayes?
Portland Trailblazers.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. Gotcha.
All right, now we're going to move on to the NFL. What teams have been the most surprising to you, and what teams have you liked?
Steelers, by far.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Steelers? I mean, they're playing like the 2010 Steelers, like 10 years ago, like 15 years ago. Big Ben Roethlisberger is in a mission. He's on a mission. He wants to prove everybody wrong. He's doing it so far. That's it. That's about it. They're playing amazing football. They're playing in the right way. They found their Sam in a good identity. They got rid of all the pieces that they were working. They got rid of all the bad news. The you know what I'm saying? Like oh my God, what's his name? Oh. No. He's with the Chiefs now. Oh, Jesus. Le'Veon Bell. They got rid of Antonio Brown. They got rid of the things that weren't working for them. And now, guess what? They're undefeated so far. With the
might come against the Ravens too.
Yeah, well, and that's very important game for them. That's
if they beat the Ravens, that proves a lot.
That's the division right there. There. Definitely. The Browns, my Browns are doing quietly, but they're doing good. With OBJ out, it'll be
it might change.
Challenging, but I don't think it's gonna be like significant change because especially now we will see how the Browns defense are going to go to the next level. Hold on that second. The schedule of the Browns demands that they make the playoffs. They have to make the playoffs based on the schedule. You see, I mean, they're playing Las Vegas next week, and that team is 3-3, and they're playing at home against Las Vegas team. I'm not saying I'm not disrespect to Las Vegas Raiders, but I don't see Las Vegas Raiders as a threat for the Browns.
No.
They have to respond to that. Other team that are really, really surprising for me, I would say Buffalo. Buffalo has been surprising. I think Buffalo. Well, we saw what they could do last year. And, honestly, they were the team that were supposed to take the torch after the New England collapse because I thought without Tom Brady, that team was going to collapse. And I mean, the Patriots are not the same. It's happening. They're not. I mean, they're playing Buffalo actually next week. So, and I'm surprised in a bad way with the 49ers. They're struggling so much.
I mean, they lost Nick Bosa.
Yes, that's a tough blow for them.
It might be good if they not that they tank. They could keep going, but if they get a top 10 pick, it might help them for the draft.
That's true.
To get another player because we saw it in Nick Bosa. They didn't tank, but because they lost Garoppolo that season. I think the second overall pick, they got Bosa and they're in the Super Bowl.
That's true. So yeah, your Dolphins are playing. I mean, they're there. They're trying.
A little surprised on the Toonies right now since they're playing a team of Los Angeles, which we're going to get into that in a bit. But yeah, my first team are the Cardinals. This team, wow, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, man, what a game! Last one. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, highlighted by DK Metcalf.
Wasn't he a pitcher or second base? I think it was a pitcher.
Oakland Athletics, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a pitcher. So, there you go. You see the arm.
Yeah, and with DeAndre Hopkins, that connection's been really good.
It's been really good. It's been working. Hey, the Colts. The Colts are playing really good too, and they're they're playing really good too.
Yeah, I also have the Browns. I like the Titans. They've had a really good year.
Man, I don't know how the Steelers beat the Titans. To be honest with you, have you
How-
seen? You know, I don't think right now. And I was about to ask this to my very good friend Sebastian Martinez from ESPN, which, by the way, I mean, is amazing when it comes to NFL. I was about to ask him because have have you seen a player so dominant, so unstoppable in a football on a football field bigger than Derrick Henry? It's like you can't stop him. You
play
can't.
against Buffalo where he threw Norman.
You can't. I haven't seen that in a while. It reminds me. I have flashes of Bo Jackson, of players like
Ooh,
yeah. It's like how can
I
you
love that.
stop? I can you stop Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Honestly, honestly, I don't. Well, when he's tired,
Third of the year, maybe.
when he's tired is the only way he can stop, and then you put a double
Yeah.
team, and of course, but that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, the guy's unstoppable, and well, he's making all this quarterback famous now. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, Tannehill. Yeah, I guess it's some the Dolphins that made Tannehill bad.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
I also have the Seahawks. Really good team.
You know, my team, like, and the Browns fans are gonna kill me for this, but you know, a team that I really I'm pleased to watch, and also I'm like secretly rooting for them to be good is the Chicago Bears. And this is it's only because of Nick Foles. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I think.
It's a good comeback story for him. It's a good
Listen,
story.
listen. Everyone thought that he was just the backup. Look what Carson Wentz is doing. What's the record of the Eagles? It's
2,
like
4.
okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's it. They're 5-2. The Bears are 5-2. Just
Oh,
so you know.
and the Eagles somehow in first place. That NFC East has been
Oh well,
atrocious.
exactly. That's the word. That's atrocious. That's the
At
real.
this point, the Giants could go in there and make the playoffs
My
if
God,
they really wanted to.
it's embarrassing. It's
It's
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
And I would think Dallas would be better if they still had Prescott at most.
honest. That's fine, but like you have a Dallas is 2-5, and you said what 2-4-1 for Eagles.
2-1. And you tied to the Bengals. That's the thing. Like if you beat the Bengals, it'd be something else. If you lost to the Bengals, it'd be even worse. But you tied.
How's the Washington football team?
2-5, 2-5 as well.
Well,
Two-
they better keep the name or the non-name. What should I say?
Oh, yeah, non-name. Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah,
Yeah,
but Washington, I think, has been the best team out of that NFC East, if we're really
yeah,
talking. And
yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't gone with Alex Smith as the full-time starter
yeah, sure.
because
Yeah.
I mean, we know what Alex Smith could do if he's good.
Of course, and the
Yeah.
Chiefs know that too, and man, the San Francisco 49ers know that too, and yeah, definitely. So we'll see what's gonna happen the next week. What I do like, and I know that off the air, I've been telling you like, man, I've been reluctant to talk about NFL because I'm not sure there's a lot of things to talk about. But no, I mean, it's our passion. Once we're start watching the games, of course, we're gonna get there and we're gonna be hooked by it. It's impossible not to watch a Sunday night football or Sunday football. I mean, it's part of our culture, and of course, we're watching that. But I want to say this: the NFL as a league, they have a chance to be better. Let me just finish my point here because I want to make a point in this case. So we saw what happened with the NHL. They went to Canada, zero positive cases of COVID-19. They had the Stanley Cup. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's my favorite sport. We could do a podcast of hockey, and I'd be glad to do that once a week. But that's not my point. I'm just putting this into a context. Then you have the bubble of the NBA. The NBA, zero positive cases. Another NBA champion. Of course, Kobe's memory was honored by the Lakers. Amazing. That was a remarkable story. Then you have the MLB. According to the stats, the third most watched league in the country. A little bit ahead of the NHL, but it's decreasing every year. So my point with this is the NFL cannot afford to lose the battle against the NBA. I mean, the NBA set up the bar so high with an amazing product, with an amazing organization. And I just see the report with the Broncos and Vikings players are testing positive for COVID-19 and the season might be in jeopardy. I heard the rumor saying that they might go to the bubble, but the players are reluctant to go to the bubble. You can't.
Maybe we'll see what the bubble can do.
If you got to go to a bubble, you better go to a bubble. but there's absolutely no way that the NFL can afford not to have a Super Bowl champion.
Oh
No
yeah.
way. And they
Mhm.
have the chance now. They have the chance now. The football needs to be played. uh, and honestly, from the logistics standpoint, they haven't done a good job. They haven't. Honestly,
Yeah.
they haven't. They haven't done it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. And divisions like this one, even though it's America's team and the Eagles and whatever,
Oh, they're not America's team. I don't think they are. They
no,
don't
no,
deserve to be.
they don't deserve to be America's team. But my point is that divisions like that one, it hurts the game. It hurts the
Oh, yeah.
game in a way, and I don't think they should. I mean, afford that. The LA teams, I mean, with the exception of the Chargers, I think the Rams are doing good. I think they're going
Yeah.
to be relevant.
Yeah.
If you put the Bay Area teams with the 49ers there, so we'll see. But the NFL is losing ground compared to the NBA. They're still way ahead of baseball, of course, but the
Mhm.
NBA set up a really, really high bar, and
Oh
we'll see
yeah.
how the NFL is going to respond.
I mean, in my opinion, the NBA is the best league when you
Yeah,
look at
definitely. No,
it.
no, no. You're not
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
By a mile, by a lot.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And that's the thing that sometimes, of course, as Americans, we think that we're the center of the world. And yeah, nothing else happens outside
Yeah.
our borders. But
Yeah.
no, the NBA from international standpoint, inside, also in the inside of America, in the continent, but overseas, of course, it's number one. Of course, it's number one.
Oh
Number one
yeah.
by far. By far. The NBA is the only, like, LeBron James is probably the only athlete who can compete with Messi and Cristiano when it comes to universal popularity.
Oh yeah.
That's it. You take Patrick Mahomes and you take him to Spain. Well, that's just the France. You put Patrick Mahomes in Paris, he could walk by himself. Nobody will recognize him.
Oh yeah. No,
Nobody.
nobody.
No
At
one will
least
know who he is.
maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Unless you see security guards around him, like protecting or something, you have like, okay, who's this guy? LeBron James can do that. Anthony Davis can do that.
Oh yeah.
Steph Curry can't do that. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, of course, the NBA is number one. Of course,
Oh, yeah.
by a mile. That's not even. It's not even close.
Hmm. Yeah. Who have been your most disappointing teams in the NFL besides the NFC East, which we already talked about?
Yeah. I want to say the Bengals, but no, I wasn't expecting anything
No.
from the.
Even though
I mean,
Joe Burrow's been really good.
he's been really good. He's been really good. Yeah, it'll be unfair to say that he hasn't because he has been. Well, I mentioned the 49ers before, but just as a bad surprise when it comes to like really, really disappointing. Let me,
Falcons.
nah, I mean, come on, bro. You lost 27-3 in the Super Bowl. Come on, you know what to expect from the Falcons.
I had the Falcons, Patriots, and
Yeah, the
Eagles.
Falcons. Patriots. No,
Yeah.
why Patriots? I knew what to expect.
I mean, they started pretty good. They started pretty good, and then
Yeah,
the
okay.
COVID hit them. And yeah, that's where it ended for them.
Yeah. Okay, so I respect that. I'm just gonna name two other teams. I think, for me, it's been disappointing what I saw from Las Vegas. I was expecting a little bit more because honestly, I thought that they would do better.
Mhm.
Detroit has been a huge disappointment for me. And
Really?
yeah, thing with
I mean,
Detroit is the division.
in
There's always,
that NFC, I mean, in that NFC division that they're in,
yeah,
it's the worst for them.
that's true. And well, it's not a disappointment. It's a joke what the Jets are doing. I just think it's embarrassing.
I don't know how they haven't fired Adam Gase yet, man. And I liked Adam Gase in Miami. He was not horrible, but with the Jets, it's been a joke. It's been a circus.
It's been a circus, but the thing is that they are actually convinced that they're going to get Trevor Lawrence, and we might see Eli Manning part 2. I'm just going to leave it like that. Eli Manning part 2. You guys remember Eli Manning?
If I'm Trevor Lawrence, no,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
want to for a
I
joke
would
of a
say
franchise.
I'm going back for my senior year.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, wait another year. I mean, Jacksonville hasn't been Jacksonville has been a little bit of a disappointment now that I look at it.
Yeah, sure.
That Thursday night football game against Miami, everyone was saying, "Oh, well, Jacksonville will be a contender." Yeah, they're going to be a Super Bowl contender.
Mhm.
They've won one more game since that, I think, against.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and now I want to talk about
What-
Antonio.
Wait a minute. Who do you think is going to be number one? Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, it depends what team is up there in
All
number
right.
one.
Okay, we could talk about it.
If you see the Jaguars are there up at number one,
Mhm.
probably Trevor Lawrence.
All
And
right.
if maybe and the Giants, if the Giants are there on number one, maybe they should go for Justin Fields.
This is a
Because
good
I
choice.
haven't seen much of Daniel Jones. I'm surprised they even took him.
Yeah, that was a dark day. That was a dark day. I can tell you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go on to Antonio Brown signing with the Buccaneers and Des Bryant to the Ravens. What are your thoughts?
Des Bryant, I love it for the fact that he's going to be with Lamar Jackson. Not that Lamar Jackson is going to pass the ball too much, but it's going to open up the space for Lamar Jackson.
Well, he's on the practice squad, so we won't see him every
He'll make
Sunday.
the team. No, this game, but he will be in the team.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
Will be in the team. Now, Antonio Brown is the reason why I picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl. That's
Okay.
it. That's it. And you know what? You know what? Because Antonio Brown has a lot to prove. He hasn't won the Super Bowl. He went to the Super Bowl, but they lost against the Packers.
Oh, he was in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he lost. He was a rookie.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and that team is so special. It's a team with a mission. You know, Kevin, that there's never been in the Super Bowl era. There's never been a team from the city who hosts the Super Bowl playing in the Super Bowl.
The closest was the Vikings, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, and now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Mr. Tom Brady are not about, but they're on a way to make history.
Yeah.
That should be enough of inspiration. I know one thing is inspiration, the other thing are numbers. Well, they're leading their division. They're going to have to face the Saints again. The Saints are the best team, in my opinion, in that division, but they need to be healthy. However, we've seen this with Tom Brady in the past. They start on the bottom, they just go up, 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 and we'll see what's going to happen in the future. But the addition of Antonio Brown, if he's okay here.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say. Bruce Arians, he's on a tight leash. First thing he does, he's out of there.
He's out of there.
And Bruce Arians has already said it.
And that's the thing. I love Bruce Arians. I think he's a perfect coach for him.
Oh, yeah. I want to talk about Tua Tagovailoa. He's about to make his NFL debut. Well, not debut, but first NFL start on Sunday. Do you think the timing was right, or what was your initial reaction to this news?
Yeah, it's I don't know. Honestly, I think they were right in a way to preserve the game. If you know what I'm saying, like I mean, because people tend to forget that this is also entertainment. Like, so you're supposed to be entertainment, and this is a show at the end of the day. So I don't know. I'll leave it like they were able to solve the situation in a way that we can present ourselves the question where they're right, where they're wrong. If the question's there, it's because they were right and they were wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of like vague what I'm saying, probably in a way that I'm not giving you a straight answer. But I think it's too complicated to establish an opinion when you don't know the facts. And I just leave it like I like what I saw. Like I just leave it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the Dolphins were going to do this right after the bye week either way. But at the time, their bye week was we're playing the Jets bye week, and we play the Jets again. So it was a perfect time for Tua to start. And I thought last week was a perfect time for Tua to start since they even beat the Jets 24-0. The Jets didn't score a single touchdown. Their best play was the butt interception. And
that's the part of where they were wrong. But think about this for a second. How old is he?
Tagovailoa, I think he's 20, 22, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. And he's just the rookie, right? He's going to shine when the Dolphins are in a better position. So believe me, in football, I love slow process. I hate it in baseball because I think it's too slow when they get what the Cubs did to Chris Bryant. Like you're just keeping him in the minors just for, financial reasons. But in football, I think you have to nurture the talent. And maybe it wasn't his time, but like I said, as a fan, I would have loved to see him, of course.
Oh, yeah, as a fan, I'm happy to starting, but I was surprised that you're going to do it right before one of the best teams in the NFL, Aaron Donald, and that defense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised. I think they were waiting. They were going to do this at the bye week, and they said we're going to still do this at the bye week, even though we're playing one of the top teams in the NFL and probably the top defender, the best defensive player in the NFL.
And MVP caliber.
Yeah, and we saw Ryan Fitzpatrick's reaction. I think he was shocked himself that this would happen because he just came off beating the Jets 24-0. Didn't score a single touchdown. He had a pretty good game. Second half wasn't the best, but that first half was good.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna move on to your sports, your favorite sports, the ones that you cover, the MLS. What was your reaction on the Inter Miami game against the Orlando City FC?
Well, my reaction was great goal, terrible game. Oh, although I have to say this, great goal by Pizarro. I love the connection with Higuain. Terrible game in a way that you can't sleep on the FC Dallas, man. Come on. First of all, you have in FC Dallas, for those that don't know about a little bit of history of FC Dallas. FC Dallas is a team that have won the Supporters Shield. Supporters Shield is the best team in the regular season, and they are what you see on the field is a product of the academy. Those guys have been playing together for like 10 years. 10 years. Mm-hmm. They know each other very, like in extremely, extremely good way. And their coach, Lucci Gonzalez, was their coach when they were in the academy. So that team know how to play at home. And that team know how to win games. And Diego Alonso should know that better. Should know better. What I saw in the second half, I'm talking about the second half because, yes, you and I agree of the year that wasn't a penalty shot. I mean, a penalty kick. It wasn't. But you didn't see anything from Miami in the second half. I mean, you tried. It was back and forth at some point, but you didn't see the desperation, the urgency, because there should be urgency. There should be desperation, knowing that you still have a chance to the playoffs because there are 10 spots. But now you know that you're playing 3 finals. Decision day is what they know in the MLS. As the last day of the regular season, like all the games will be played at the same time, and that's why it's called Decision Day. Because usually, what happened in the days is that's when they actually get the last playoff spots, and the teams make it to the playoffs. And however, I see that very unlikely because 8 teams in the Eastern Conference are already in the playoffs. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the 2 remaining spots. Miami has a chance. They have a chance, but they also have to find out.
Toronto.
Yeah, that's a thing. But Toronto got 5 goals from Philadelphia last time, so we'll see. I mean, it's unpredictable. Yeah, it's unpredictable.
And talking to us about Inter Miami, do you think Diego Alonso is on a short leash here or no?
Yes, definitely.
I think he is here.
With Beckham as an owner, of course he is. Of course, Beckham's a winner. Beckham's a winner. Beckham's not going to give him another year if he doesn't like what he sees. Especially because before Diego Alonso, there were the name of Carlo Ancelotti and all the big names in Europe. They just wanted to see what Inter Miami was going to do in the first year. Next year, if Miami makes the playoffs, Alonso will stay. But that could also play a key factor for the big name in Europe. From the coach standpoint, so we'll see. Honestly, I think he's a four leash. I don't know if it will depend, especially for the playoffs, but definitely that will play a key factor in the decision.
Who are your favorites to win the championship?
Well, the MLS Cup, I will go with Portland Timbers first. Okay. Then I will go with Seattle Thunder to repeat. Okay, I think the Western Conference is really, really good. It's better than the East. And then I will go with another Western team, Sporting Kansas City, and then I will go to the Eastern Conference. I will have to name Philadelphia. Although, wait, don't sleep on Columbus Crew. Their best player, Lucas Celarayan, the Argentinian, he's been injured for most of the time. Like since they came back from the MLS SPAC tournament, he's been injured. He's been hurt, but he's fully recovered now. And he could play a big factor. Also, they have Justice Sardes, which is the number 1 striker for the U.S. national team. I will say number 1 from players that are in the MLS. Of course, we know that we have Weston McKinney and Pulisic and all those guys that are in Europe. I just want to make that clear. I will go with first Portland, second Seattle, third Sporting Kansas City, and number 4, I will go to Philadelphia because they're playing excellent right now, playing fantastic.
I forgot about Philadelphia, so I'll put them in there. I had Orlando City FC. I think that's a
Good,
good
good
team.
pick. Good pick. Good pick.
Toronto. Toronto's
Oscar,
been, I think, second seed.
Oscar Pareja has done a great job in Orlando, and he knows the league very well. He
Oh,
knows
yeah.
the league very well. Toronto is a good choice. Okay.
I have the Seattle Sounders
Okay.
and the LA Galaxy.
The Galaxy's in last place right now. So if they
Oh,
make the playoffs, that would be a miracle. Actually, they fired the coach yesterday,
yeah, I just saw the news a couple.
Schelotto. So
I think I meant the LAFC.
Okay, Carlos Vela's team. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a pick. That's a sleepy giant right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to finish it off, what's the latest scoop on the NHL?
Well, the latest is that the season is supposed to start on January 1st. And this is what I love about the NHL. You know, this is what they're thinking. They're thinking about having a tournament with the whole 7 Canadian teams in Canada to avoid the traveling from the US and Canada. And they might ask, because it's like 31 teams right now. Right? So they want to have enough teams to play in Canada. So there are 7 teams already in Canada because they're from there, so they're not going to be in the bubble. And then teams like Buffalo, the Sabres, which are like 15 minutes from Toronto, like you should have to cross the border like right there. And then other teams, maybe other teams who can go to Canada, stay in a bubble, like an alternate host cities. And at the end, the Stanley Cup will be played by the champion of Canada and the champions of the USA.
Okay, so it's kind of what the MLB was thinking to do with the
Western, exactly, with the East and West. Yeah, they're thinking about that. However, they will have to wait. We'll have to wait what happens between from here and January 1st. But yes, they're aiming to have a season starting on January 1st. I want to say this also because it depends on what happens with the NBA. If the NBA starts on Christmas Day, I will say that the NHL will start on January 1st for sure. If the NBA delays the beginning of their season, of course, the NHL will also delay the beginning of the season. We'll say mid-January probably.
Yeah, it would be nice to have the NBA on Christmas Day. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, definitely.
Christmas presents right there.
But with the big names, right? With the big names.
Oh yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, we want to see Lakers and Clippers there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Open up this. I mean, I'm sorry, Kevin. I have to say this. Open up the stadiums. Open up. You can have fans. Come on. You can't have fans. You just have to be precautions. You just have to be safe. But you can't have fans. Come on. Open up. You see what happens in the World Series. Come on, bro. The World Series was fantastic. Even though there were 11,000 fans, that was great. That was great. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you saw the NASCAR, even in the middle of a pandemic, they have fans in their stadiums. And I know it's open. Whoa, guess what? Take precautions, but bring up the fans, man. Come on. You can do it.
Yeah. Octavio, again, this has been a little more of a longer live stream, but it had a lot of information to cover, a lot of things to cover. Thank you for being here, my man.
Oh, man. Thank you so much for having me. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be here. To all of you guys, it's going to be a very interesting season. They call it the off season. There's nothing off about the MLB and the NBA for sure. It's going to be really, really moving.
And there's going to be a lot of news to cover after probably in a couple of weeks, during the winter meetings, after the winter meetings, and for the NBA during this period. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Follow us on all of our social medias, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.